So the rollout for Wicked is starting, and we'll see Ariana Grande do interviews with Cynthia Erivo. Cynthia Erivo is playing the Wicked Witch, and Ariana is playing Glenda the Good Witch. A lot of buzz off that. It should do really well. The industry is still reeling from Joker 2, all that money that was lost there. But I think there's some good vibes with Wicked, so I think they'll be making pretty good money from that. But also the Grammys came out. Grammy nominations came out. Ariana got nominated for 3 Grammy Awards. Oh, yeah, she got nominated for 3 Grammy Awards for her Eternal Sunshine album, her most mature album. Even though there's nothing wrong with her previous albums are great, but this is like her most mature sounding album. I remember watching her at SNL when the album first came out. I was watching her sing, and I was like, man, she's a great singer. But I was like, man, if they don't nominate her for Album of the Year for this album, or even maybe Record of Song Year for a couple of the tracks from this album, they really don't like her. And the reason I'm saying this is she's only won 2 Grammys in her career. She's very comparable to Mariah Carey in a lot of ways, especially vocally. But the one thing they do also have in common is that Mariah Carey in her 30+ year career has only won 5 Grammys. Like her and Janet Jackson both have 5 each. But if you think about all the albums that Mariah Carey's put out and all the songs she's put out, it's ridiculous that she's only had 5. And it seems like the music industry is treating Ariana Grande the same way, with her having 2. And I think she won for Sweetener won for Best Pop Album. And Rain on Me with Lady Gaga back in 2021 won for Best Collab. And Rain on Me is great. I love Rain on Me. But you think about all the other songs that Ariana's put out for the past 10 years, and it's like, well, how is it possible she only has 2? And I think the music industry does this thing where they uplift certain artists and downplay certain artists, right? Over here, like Billie Eilish has won like multiple, I think, like Record of Song of the Years. And then Taylor Swift has won a whole mess of albums of the year. And then on this side, you have The Weeknd and Ariana Grande, and they continue to get screwed over. The Weeknd's been screwed over so much that he doesn't even nominate his music anymore. When the Grammys didn't even nominate After Hours for Best Album, and it didn't even nominate Blinding Lights for Record of Song of the Year, that's like one of the biggest travesties I've ever seen, ever, when it comes to music. That album and those songs were clearly the best tracks of the year. And then you look over at the Billboard Awards, he cleaned up everything at the Billboard Awards. So it's almost like, well, what did The Weeknd do to y'all for y'all not even nominate him? And The Weeknd could have also won Record of Song of the Year for Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey. And he could very easily have 2 albums of the year, to be honest. But for some reason, they don't like Aubrey. Okay. So let's look at Ariana. Ariana, compared to Billie and Taylor, she's put out as many hit albums as them. Like if you look at the albums she's put out in 10 years, she's put out My Everything, Dangerous Woman, Sweetener, Positions, and this year's Eternal Sunshine. So she's put out probably as many albums as those 2 have. She's had as many or even more hits than those 2. And she's a superior vocalist than both of them. Listen, you can be fans of Billie Eilish, and that's fine. Billie's fine. You could be a fan of Taylor Swift, and Taylor's fine. But vocally, it's not even, if there's ever a versus, a pure vocal between Ariana and those 2, there's no contest. Like, she's probably the best vocalist of her generation. But the only person that seems like on the pop side that they give awards to who can really sing is Adele. It's almost like, okay, we're going to have one woman who can really sing that's in pop music. And all the rest of y'all, if you guys use auto-tunes, you can win. Or just kind of barely whisper out a vocal. That's fine. But Ariana, no. And it makes me wonder, what is it? Right? What, she doesn't go to industry parties? She didn't turn down an executive for a date? What, she dated Pete Davidson once upon a time? Okay, I'll give you that one. Shout out to Pete. Pete got Ariana and lost Ariana. But he does that a lot. Like, he get these beautiful women and then lose them. It's like, oh my God, who are you, Kevin Lockett? It's amazing what Pete Davidson has gained and lost over the past 10 years or so. It's crazy. But back to Ariana. So what is it? Like, if you got a theory why the music industry, especially the Grammys, despise Ariana, you tell me. Because there was that thing where there was like a terrorist attack at one of her concerts in Europe, and they had to cancel the concert. And she went back there and performed for her fans. Like, what is it? She loves her fans. The fans love her. I don't quite get it. But two good things might happen out of this. From a Wicked standpoint, I've been reading in the different trade publications that this year there hasn't been a standout film this year. And so Wicked has a really good chance. If it's a good movie, he has a really good chance of winning things. And even though they're trying to make Wicked and Gladiator like Barbenheimer, but Barbenheimer was a special year. Like Barbenheimer was a big year last year. It kind of carried into the Oscars, but there's no films like that this year at all. Like I said, they're hoping that it will be Gladiator and Wicked, but I think it might just be Wicked. But the funny thing that could happen is, because Ariana only has 2 awards from the Grammys, she could actually win more awards this award season in the movie industry than in the music industry. It's because there's been buzz about her being nominated for Best Actress, right? So it's conceivable, and we don't know because no nominations, there's no anything. It's still too early. But it's conceivable that she could win a Screen Actors Guild Award, a BAFTA Award in the UK, a Golden Globe Award, and most importantly, a Best Actress Award at the Oscars. That would be, if she wins either one or multiple awards during the award season, it says like, man, the music industry, especially the Grammys, did not fully support me as an artist. They didn't believe in my artistry, even though I put out hit singles with a beautiful voice. The music industry turned its back on me, where these people in the movie industry doesn't know me at all. Like the only other industry that knows Ariana is TV. And even then, that's from Sam and Cat and Victoria and Victoria Justice's show, right? Victorious. That's it. So you have a whole new industry that's like embracing her because of Wicked. And if she wins multiple awards over there, that's almost like the biggest thank you next to the Grammys and the music industry for this new industry embracing her for her talent, but not just musically, but also from her acting. But we have to see. That's still a long ways off. From a music industry standpoint, she's nominated for 3 Grammys. And one of those are for her version of Boy's Mind. So The Boy's Mind originally was done by Brandy and Monica back in 1998, featured a great video featuring a young Mekhi Phifer. And I was like, what film was Mekhi in 1998? It was I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. That's how long ago that was. You got a bald-headed Mekhi. Nobody had kids. We talk about Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr. I don't think Freddie was in that, but that's that era of like Sarah Michelle Gellar, like that whole Cruel Intentions, that whole era, man. So that's that long ago, right? So there's a chance. So what happened was Ariana remade The Boy Is Mine. She did a remix with Brandy and Monica. She put Brandy and Monica on it, which was great. And that version with Brandy and Monica is nominated for a Grammy. If Brandy and Monica wins, that'll be the first Grammy that they both won since 1999. The Boy Is Mine actually won the Grammy in 1999. And if they win again this time, it'll be the first time in 25 years that they won a Grammy. That's crazy enough. The crazier thing is that's the only Grammy that Brandy and Monica has ever won. Think about all the songs that Brandy and Monica did in the 90s, even in the early 2000s, and the albums they put out in the 90s and the early 2000s. And for all the R&B hits they had and some crossover pop hits, they've only won 1 Grammy each, and that's for The Boy Is Mine. You think about songs like Don't Take It Personal, Best Friend, I Want to Be Down, the stuff that the stuff that Brandy did with Rodney Jerkins. Like one of my favorite Brandy songs still is Talk About My Love with Kanye West. Like if you always say Brandy has won 2 Grammys and the other Grammys with Kanye West with Talk About My Love, it's like, oh yeah, that's one of my favorite Brandy tunes ever. Like absolutely. But the fact her and Monica's only won 1, and if they win with Ariana in next year's, that's like it's only the 2nd time. That's just insane. It just shows you how crazy the music industry is, where Brandy and Monica, who were pop R&B staples, had some pop hits, but R&B staples couldn't win more than 1 each. Is just on their own duet is crazy. So if you're an Ariana Grande song, tell me your favorite Ariana Grande album. And if you was introducing Ariana Grande musically to someone else, name me your 3 to 5 best songs that best represent Ariana Grande. On this channel, we're going to give Ariana some love. I mean, listen, she's successful. She don't know me. But I'm a big admirer of her talent. She's a cute girl. She makes really good videos. Like, for the life of me, I don't know why they treat her this way from the Grammys, but they treated Mariah Carey the same way, and Madonna, and Janet Jackson. So it's par for the course. But yeah, give me your favorite Ariana Grande songs, your 3 favorite Ariana Grande songs, and your favorite Ariana Grande album.